welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be Valentine's Day inspired, and instead of going the classic route with golds and pinks, I decided to go with purple. So I did a romantic purple eyeshadow look, and you can use whatever purple eyeshadows that you have that are similar to the ones that I use. You don't have to use the exact same products that I did. You also don't have to follow the exact same steps that I did. You do whatever works for you. The two options that I recommend are either using these three colors over here, which I used in this tutorial. They're both Makeup Geek and Morphe eyeshadows, so they're very inexpensive. Or if you guys were able to get your hands on the Kat Von D star-studded eyeshadow palette and you have it at your disposal, then you can use these purple shades right here. And then also if you have any Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows or any other foiled eyeshadows by Anastasia or whoever, you can use that instead of the Narcissist dual intensity shadows. I just use this shade right here just all over my lid at the end. Also, feel free to take out steps or add steps or do whatever works for you. You don't have to do exactly what I did. If you don't want to wear lashes, don't wear lashes because they're kind of uncomfortable, let's be honest. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I did is I primed my eyelids. I just put on a little bit of concealer, and then I took a little bit of Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean eyeshadow, and I just took it all over my lids with a big fluffy blending brush. The one that I'm using is from Sigma as always, and it is the E40 blending brush. So the next shade I'm taking is the color Creme Brulee, also by Makeup Geek, on the same blending brush, and I'm just going to be blending this in the background as my transition shade, building up the color, just so that you have a little bit of warmth peeking out in the background of this look. Okay, so now that I have that color built up in the background, I'm going to start with the colors. So you can either use the color Wisteria by Makeup Geek, which is this light lavender shade right here, or if you have the star-studded eyeshadow palette by Kat Von D, then you can use this purple color right here, which is the same idea. So I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's Wisteria in this tutorial because I don't know if they still carry the Kat Von D star-studded eyeshadow palette, and I want to make sure that you guys can get everything that I used in this tutorial. So I'm just taking a little bit of that light purple lavender shade on my Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just going to start building this up into the crease. Right underneath kind of where we put the transition shade, but I want to start adding the purples, and I want to start light and then start building up with the darker colors. I don't want to just go in with the darkest color right off the bat. So I'm just going to be blending this color into the crease. So while you're blending out this color, you kind of want to try and keep the lid as blank as possible and just build this color into the crease, taking it kind of all the way into the inner corner, but not really. I'm kind of stopping at color right here, but blending this just kind of in the outer V of the eye up and into the crease, but keep the lid blank. I'm also keeping the shape of the eyeshadow a little bit more rounded because I feel like that's a little bit more girly. So I'm just going over what I just did with my original blending brush just to kind of smooth out the edges. Next I'm taking this purple shade right here. This one is by Morphe Brushes. I'm not sure what the number was because this I got in a palette which I depotted. It's one shade darker than the shade that we just put down, so we're just going to take that and start building it just on the outer part of the eye just to add a little bit more depth. We're taking this darker purple shade a little bit more on the lid than the original shade was because I'm kind of trying to make a gradient of purple, so it kind of fades really nicely into each other and it looks very romantic. So we're just putting that color a little bit further down onto the lid and bringing it into the crease as well, just blending the two shades together. So now I'm taking another purple shade also from Morphe Brushes, and it looks like this. It's just the darkest and deepest purple. And if you don't have this but you have the Kat Von D palette, I would use this color right here, which is also a deep purple. Not exactly the same thing, but this is also just a deep purple and it'll look just as pretty in the crease. So I'm just taking this color on a Makeup Geek crease brush, and I'm just going to be taking this kind of in the middle of the two purple shades that we just put down. So in the middle of the lighter one and the darker one, I'm just going to take this directly in the middle and into the crease. Then I'm just going to be blending that out with my blending brush. Next, I'm going to prime my face with the Algenist Anti-Aging Pore Corrector Primer. Next, I'm just going to fill in my brows. I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. So now that I have my brows filled in, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Light Peach, and I'm just going to kind of cancel out my dark circles underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm going to be mixing two today. I'm going to be mixing my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation with my Clarins Silk Illumination Foundation, just because this is too dark and this is too light. So I'm just going to mix them together to make a good shade for me right now. I'm just gonna dot this on my face a little bit, and then I'm going to use my Sigma F80 brush to blend it into my skin. Putting on my foundation is my least favorite part of doing my makeup. It's so tedious. So now that my foundation's done, I'm going to be using some concealer. The one that I'm using is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW20. I take a little bit on my finger and I'm just going to be dabbing it underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. I don't really like to highlight my forehead because I have a lot of texture on my forehead and it just makes it more noticeable. I'm going to be blending it out with Sigma F86 brush, but I'm going to spray it with some MAC Fix Plus first. Okay, so now I'm just going to set that all with some banana powder from the Anastasia Contour Kit, just this shade right here. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to move back to the eyes, so I'm just going to zoom you guys back in. So the first color that I'm going to take on the lower lash line is going to be Ocean Breeze by Makeup Geek. I just feel like putting it on my lower lash line, but I'm taking it on the Makeup Geek crease brush and I'm just going to be placing it just right under here. I'm just blending it out with whatever product is left on this brush. This is what the Wisteria color was on. It's like the purples that we use to blend in the crease, so it's going to blend out the blue shade that we put down here and add a little bit of purple that's left on the brush. I'm just going to add a really pretty gradient. Okay, so going back into our NARS palettes, I'm going to be taking this light pink shade up here. We have this one as a brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, but I'm going to use this one all over the lid. And I'm going to first spray the brush with some MAC Fix Plus to use it wet. And I'm just going to use the brush that comes in the palette. So I'm just spraying my brush. So I'm basically just packing that color anywhere that we don't have any color down on the lid. And blending it into the purple shades. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so for lashes, I'm going to be using Lena Lashes in this style Bianca. They just look like this. They are super dramatic and beautiful, and I think they're going to add a lot to this look. So this is one lash on. I'm going to do the other one right now. So I'm just going to bronze up my face quickly with the Becca bronzer in Duende, I guess. I don't know, it looks like this. I'm going to be using a big fluffy brush from Sonia Kashuk to do that. I'm just taking a little bit on my brush and then I'm going to warm up the face. If you guys want to see a detailed contouring, highlighting, bronzing video, then I'll link that below. Okay, I changed my mind. I don't like the color of this. I'm going to just go with the trusty MAC Give Me Sun. For blush, I'm just going to be using this one by Jouer. It's in the color Rose. As a highlight today, I'm going to be using the color Dim Light from my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. I'm not going to do any contouring because I want to keep the look very soft and girly, and for the lips you can kind of choose whatever color your heart desires. You can do a baby pink, you can do a fun cool like pastel purple gray shade to kind of play off the eyes. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. matte lip color in the shade Natural. I bought this a long time ago and I have not been able to find it since I bought it, but I absolutely love this lip color. So I'm just going to go over my lips with this quickly. And then I'm going to go over that with my Melted Lipstick by Too Faced in the color Melted Nude. And then I'm going to top it off with this Jouer lip gloss in the shade Glisten. And this is the finished look. So if you guys like this romantic purple Valentine's Day inspired makeup look, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.